This is your class live recording for your Animal Farm essay, The Characterization of Political Beliefs. The point of this essay is to discuss the relationship between character and theme, which we will get into momentarily. These are the themes that are portrayed most powerfully in the novel Animal Farm. We have corruption of power, social class hierarchy, working class loyalty, and the manipulation of language. All of these themes are very prevalent throughout the novel, and pretty easy to find good examples of them. Now, the characters who play into these themes really well, we have Napoleon, Snowball, Squealer, Boxer, Benjamin, Old Major, and Clover. And each kind of falls into their own category of how they fit these themes, but we will find a theme that matches the characters that you choose. Please only choose from the list of themes and characters provided here. I know it's fun to get fancy, but I would discourage that unless you speak with me first. So the first thing we're going to go over now is thesis, which is the whole point of your paper. This is the thesis that is provided in the assignment, and I recommend you use it. Blank and blank are used to develop the themes of blank and blank, and express these themes by blank. So this is really kind of your main points in your thesis sentence, all rolled into one. And again, it provides you this really great opportunity to talk about character, theme, and the relationship between the two. So again, pick two characters, pick two themes that they represent, and you're going to talk about how they express these themes. So this is a pretty simple essay here, only about 4 or 5 paragraphs, 500 words. The first thing to start with is your intro paragraph. I highly recommend to always start with background information. I think it flows really nice in almost every form of essay. So it might be smart to talk about why Orwell wrote Animal Farm, talk about the history of Russia, talk about Lenin and communism. There are a lot of ways for you to kind of start this. Please always include the title and author of the piece of literature you're writing about. You can't just jump into an essay and expect me to know what you're talking about. Always include the title and the author. And then again, after including that information somewhere, give us your thesis, which is kind of the copy and paste of this information here. Just copy and paste this sentence here at the end of your introductory paragraph. Remember to indent, Times New Roman, size 12 font. Your body paragraphs, this is an example of a different theme and character that I wrote about for you, should have a topic sentence and at least 3 supporting details. So for this example, I'm talking about Moses. He's the raven, who doesn't show up a ton, but he's there. In my topic sentences, Moses represents the theme of reliance on religion. Moses frequently mentioned Sugar Candy Mountain, a place where the animals will go to be free. Moses is providing the animals with something to hope for, something to look forward to. In this way, Moses represents religion because he provides a source of hope for the animals, giving them a reason to work as hard as they do. So you can see all of my supporting details are proving my my topic sentence correctly, and my topic sentence relates directly to my thesis. So my thesis would have said, Moses represents the theme of religion by preaching about Sugar Candy Mountain. So this is just an example. Again, this isn't one of the characters or themes you can use, so I'm not worried about you borrowing it, so please, well, you have no reason to, because it's not one of the options for you. But this is a pretty simple breakdown of what your body paragraphs need to look like. Now, if you're still short of that 500-word mark, don't be afraid to use more details. I can go back into the novel and find quotes of where Moses talks about Sugar Candy Mountain and how Napoleon feels about Sugar Candy Mountain. Finally, for my concluding paragraph, restate your thesis, which again is just going to be cut and paste from here. Restate your thesis, sum up your ideas. So I would talk a little bit about Moses and Sugar Candy Mountain. Provide some closing information. So if I talked about the revolution in Russia in my introductory paragraph, I might bring up the revolution again here. If I talked about Orwell's background, I might talk more about Orwell here. Again, use the title and author at the end of the essay also. The title and author should always appear in the beginning and the end. Just always. It's kind of standard practice. Some final thoughts. Be thorough. Use quotes. Don't be afraid to use quotes. Make sure you explain them. When you're referring to the author, say Orwell. We can't call him George. We're not on a first-name basis with him. We're not buddies, so we have to call him Orwell. Please format correctly. This means indenting your paragraph. Don't send me one big blob. Please just indent your paragraphs. Reread and rewrite. Even I, when I'm finished writing an essay, will reread it out loud to myself or to someone else. So that way I catch any funky grammar problems, and reading it out loud helps me catch flow and see if anything feels awkward. If it does feel awkward, don't be afraid to rewrite it. This can be rewording sentences. This can be rewriting an entire paragraph. The amount of rewriting you want to do is up to you. However, I have never seen a piece of writing suffer from a rewrite. And then finally, when you're finishing your essay and turning it in, please ask yourself, does this essay prove that I understand the relationship between theme and character? If it doesn't, don't turn it in. Rewrite it, revise it, and resubmit it. If you want to talk about it with me, we can have a meeting. I'd be more than happy to revise and give suggestions before you actually turn it in. Or having you rewrite with suggestions after you turn it in is fine also. But remember, when you're turning things in, you need to be thinking to yourself, what grade would I give this assignment? And if you're not happy with that answer, then you should do something to fix it. Otherwise, if you don't have questions, good luck. If you do have questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in class.